Norwich City ground. There it is, look. It's a really cool ground. The only thing that you don't see from the telly normally is that the stand we sit in is the old one. You can see down, I'm whispering, sorry about that, but you can see down there, it's Chris Hughton doing his media. I'm not going to be too long, mainly because I've got a big night, I've got to get back, I've got to do some writing, so quite a lot to do, and then I'm looking after the kids tomorrow. Also, Forest have been quite officious today, which is fine, but, you know, I probably just need to get on with it. Norwich won 2-0. They were exceptional in the first half. They looked the embodiment of what the table looks, to be honest, which is now Norwich being 10 points clear of second, 13 clear of third, and 15 clear of fourth, albeit Swansea in third and Brentford in fourth have games in hand. But yeah, Norwich are a class apart. They scored 2 wonderful goals. Again, Teemu Pukki just taking things so quickly and early. It's just bang. You know he's going to score, but his work rate today was phenomenal. And Kieran Dowell, who came in playing on the right in place of Emi Buendia. Congratulations, Emi, and all the Buendias who on the birth of Giovanni, their second little boy. That's very exciting for them. That's why Emi didn't play today, and this is only the second league game Norwich have won without Emi Buendia since he arrived in August 2018, which I wrote a piece obviously a few weeks ago on The Athletic, and you know, in that was the element that it is an anomaly, but there are also effects on the team when he doesn't play. Effects on the team when he doesn't play. But what I would say today, and I've just spoken to Daniel Farker about it actually, is that I thought that was as balanced as Norwich have ever looked without Emi since he arrived. Maybe that's the key element, absolute balance. Kieran coming off the right, because he's obviously predominantly left-footed, so that's a different dynamic, but it obviously mirrors very nicely what Todd Cantwell does on the left. That's obviously helped hugely by having someone like Dimitris Giannoulis, who can, you know, take the ball on the left flank in a similar way to Max, and Max is playing in a very progressive role at the moment. You can see that he's joining up with plays, he's playing quite central when he gets the chance, very high up. And in fairness, Kieran Dowell, I thought, did a wonderful job of covering behind and work rate until he tied, obviously, in the second half, which I think is understandable. This was only his second start since his ankle surgery in the league, and third this season, so since his ankle injury. So, you know, brilliant second goal that he scored, and wonderful to see him do that, because Norwich have got a proper player on their hands. It's just about seeing him deliver, feeling his rhythm, and if it wasn't Emi Buendia and he wasn't available on Saturday, you'd say, well, just keep it as it was. Just find it very difficult for Emi Buendia not to start when he's available, which does pose some really interesting selection issues for Saturday when Blackburn come to Carrow Road, because I thought Lucas Rupp in the 10 was very good, much like he was against Luton, so much better linking the play, energetic, took care of the ball, but also very progressive. He provided both assists for the 2 goals. Excellent. And I suppose on the night when I had thought if Emi was still available that Kieran Dowell would get the go at number 10. In actual fact, we've got Lucas doing very well at 10, and then Kieran doing very well at the right wing role. So, but they're all playing so well at the moment that possibly a bit of tiredness between Skip and Kenny McLean in the 2 slightly deeper roles, but they saw it out. Thought Jakob Sorensen looked very good when he came on, and you can see him just itching really, I think, to get involved, and everything about this really screamed title winners, to be honest. So I'm sure that will happen eventually. 9 straight wins now. Steve Sanders will tell us how close that is to a club record. I don't think they're getting far off it, but it gets a bit confusing, so I'll let him address that maybe on the podcast. So yeah, just a phenomenal night again. The second half really meandered for most of it, but there were no injuries, no scares, no trouble really, to be honest. Forest vaguely threatened a few times, mostly though in the first half it was a corner kick and a header over that tended to happen. One header at 2-0 when early after they went 2-0 down, they really should have, I think it was Yates, should have really hit the target at the very least. And yeah, for as exceptional as Norwich were, Forest were miles off it in the first half, and just so passive. It really felt like their game plan was to sort of wait until they'd lost which they inevitably then did. In fairness, I think Chris Hughton said that he wanted them to get into the game a bit more after half time, and they put they pressed a bit more, and they created a couple of good moments from that, and they were far more energetic, but the damage was already done, and Norwich probably should have scored a third, fourth, and possibly even a fifth on a better day, so in terms of their goal scoring. So and another clean sheet, best defensive record in the division, I think, or certainly equal with Watford now, so they do look generally pretty secure at the back of this level, has to be said, and they're marching on. Don't think there's really much more for me to say. It was just it was routine. It was a 2-0 thrashing, and I thought probably the one thing that does deserve some highlighting is Norwich's work rate in the first half. They worked phenomenally hard. They didn't get much pressure on the ball, but they kept the ball really well, and they used it really well with great quality. They scored 2 terrific goals of quality, and they also worked their socks off. You couldn't really have asked for anything more, to be honest, from the first 45 minutes. So march on we do then. Blackburn, as I said, at Carrow Road on Saturday. Then it's an international break. Then it's the fun of Deepdale with whoever's available. I might take my boots. In the meantime, go and have a little break. Enjoy the Cheltenham Festival. Take a break from football. We're done for a few days, and then we can go again on Saturday. In the meantime, of course, the Athletic, there'll be a couple of pizzas hopefully going up between now, over the coming days. So keep an eye out, as always, over at the Athletic. And thanks for your time and watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Maybe stick in a comment. I always read them, so I'll try and reply to as many as possible as well, wherever you're watching, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Anyway, I'm going home, lots to do. Have a wonderful night and rest of your week, and I'll see you at the weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.